Alrighty, welcome to the broadcast here. We have the 11U Oakland Raiders, the 11U Tucson Raiders versus the 11U Tucson Seminoles as the Raiders are coming out of the tunnel here. It's about game time. To give you a little bit of a recap through the day so far, 8U, 9U, and 10U have all played. The Seminoles have won all 3 games. So I made it a point to remind 11U when I was walking by earlier to say, hey, we need a win right now. As the Tucson Seminoles come out, and we're ready for some football here. So to go over the roster real quick, we have Princeton Reed, number 1. We have Henry Carreno Makepeace, number 2. I probably butchered that name. Alejandro Ramos Ochoa is number 3. Fernando Rodriguez is number 4. Daniel Gomez, number 5. Antonio Perez Jr., number 7. Abel Miranda Diaz III, number 8. Reyes Hernandez Jr., number 9. Asaya Nunez, number 10. Liam Edwards, number 11. Cillian Sanchez, number 12. Juan Ochoa, number 14. Antonio Rachel Mills. I'm going to call him Antonio for the game. Noah Peckham, like Beckham with a P. Cassius Randall Grijalva. I just interviewed Cash actually the other day. It was his birthday and we did some player and coach interviews. If you haven't seen it yet, go to YouTube and go to the search bar and hit @Tucson Raiders Media. And you can see all the interviews that we did yesterday. It was pretty cool. Let's see, number 20 is Christian Gomez. Number 21 is Daniel Gonzalez. Number 22 is Axel Hernandez. Number 23 is Cristiano Chavez de la Rosa. Number 24 is Serenity Romero. 27, Tristan Guido. I hope I said that right. Number 29, Fabian Cueto. Number 30, Brian Ortiz Urrutia. I am nailing these names. Number 32, Nicholas Valencia. Number 33, Anthony Parra. Number 35, Elijah Hoban. Number 63, Adrian Mendez. Number 81, Mateo Rodriguez. And number 88, Dino Gradias Bobadilla. He must be Italiano. No, he's not. I said it in an Italian accent. So I'll do my best to kind of do the play-by-play for you guys. I'm used to doing more radio work than TV, so that's kind of a blessing when your camera angle over here is not fantastic. Luis Valdez says, let's go Raiders. Yes, let's go Raiders. The wind's picking up a little bit. It's not too hot out here today. It's like mid-90s maybe. I have no idea how hot it really is, but that's what I'm guessing. Raiders will be receiving this first kickoff here to get us started as the Seminoles line up to kick. Back deep, it looks like Daniel Gomez, and I can't see. And that's the thing, in the first 3 games, boy, the Seminoles, who are dressed in the white jersey and black pants, white helmets, their numbers I could see from a mile away. But the Raiders, with the black jerseys and the silver numbers, kind of tough to see. So the other one back deep with Daniel Gomez, I can't see his number, man. I think it's 17 maybe. Antonio, no, it's not 17. I know Antonio. But anyway, kick's about to start here. We're just waiting for the referees to give the go-ahead. Number 9 will be kicking off for the Seminoles. There's the whistle. And here's the kick, and it's an onside kick. Oh, and a good one. But Princeton picks up the ball. Boy, the Seminoles almost got that. Princeton being in the second layer of that front group on the kick return team got the ball, but that could have easily been recovered by the Seminoles. It was a great onside kick. Bounced right over the first guy's head, but Princeton got it and ran it for 7 yards. We touched on Princeton a little bit in the 10U game because his dad's the coach of that team. And Princeton's quite the athlete. He's a starting quarterback for the 11U. And reminds me a lot of Terrell Pryor when he played for Ohio State. Just a smooth runner, almost like he's running in slow motion, but he's leaving guys in the dust. Very smooth runner. He's like a snake slithering in and out of people, but he's also got a cannon for an arm with great accuracy and confidence through the roof, which you need as a starting quarterback. So excited to see him play today. Raiders come out shotgun formation, 2 running backs, 3 wideouts, 5 linemen. Receiver in motion, handoff to Tristan Guido, the running back, big dude, breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, and then is finally taken down after about an 11-yard gain. We'll see where they call it. Yeah, first down. Not the smoothest of handoffs. He kind of got it on his side a little bit, but now I know the 11U team better than any other team because my son's on this team and I've just been watching them practice all year long. But mid-season, I'll know all the teams this well. But Tristan shows great agility and great running ability, but he's also a house. He looks like he's 16 years old playing with a bunch of 11-year-olds. He's got speed, he's got power. So if you get in his way, he'll run you over. But if you try to hit him good, he's got amazing agility for his size. So you saw a little bit of it right there. Even with not the smoothest of handoffs, he still turns it into an 11-yard gain. Timeout Raiders, I believe, who took this timeout. If you're not in Tucson and you're watching this from somewhere else, it's hot. But it's not the worst it's been. It's actually not bad for us. Like the scrimmage we had 2 weeks ago was, I think it hit 112, and it was awful. This is still hot, but it's not, I mean, I guess you can bear it. 1st and 10 Raiders, 2 receivers to the right, shotgun formation. Princeton number 1 in at quarterback. Wide receiver in motion coming to the right side, which will put 3 receivers to the right. Tristan on a quarterback sweep on the right. Makes a good run. Look at some of this running ability, how smooth this kid is. As he runs it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown. This is exactly what we were talking about in pregame. He looks like he's running in slow motion, but nobody can catch him. So touchdown Raiders. No flags on the play. Great run there. And that's what makes him such a tough threat is, you know, there's sometimes, like in high school, for example, there's good running quarterbacks and then there's pocket quarterbacks. And what makes Princeton so good is he can do both. And not just average either. He's, from what I've seen out of 11-year-olds, elite. Little sideline warning from the referee there to the Raiders. They have a certain area they have to stand in. There's the snap as Princeton runs again on the sweep to the corner. Easy. Now for the 8U, 9U, and 10U, if you run a regular play like that after scoring a touchdown, like in the NFL or college or high school, it's worth 2 points, and if you kick the field goal, it's worth 1. But at these levels, and I believe it's the same for the 11U, It's worth 1 if you run or pass it in. It's worth 2 if you kick it in, because obviously it's a lot harder for these kids at 11 years old to kick an actual field goal. So those are worth more, so it's kind of backwards. So even though he ran in what we all know as a 2-point conversion is worth 1, so that puts the Raiders up 7-0, which is our first lead, I think, all day. The 8U team might have gone up 6-0 at the beginning, and then I think they did actually, but so far today, the Seminoles taken the first 3 games from the Raiders. As the Raiders get set to kick off here, the 11U. The game after this will be 12U, and then we conclude with 14U. All Raiders and Seminoles. As the Raiders get ready to kick it off. Doing the kickoff will be number 7, Antonio Perez Jr. As he does a little pooch kick over the head, and Brian, as the Raiders, how did we not get that? Woo-hoo-hoo. They did a little pooch kick over the first line of defense on the return team. And Brian Ortiz, an absolute playmaker for the Raiders, had nearly fell on it as the ball's kind of squirmed away. Instead of the Seminoles player falling on it like you're supposed to, so he tried to pick it up and then he got tackled, and that easily could have been Raiders ball, but Seminoles got it. 1st and 10 on the Seminoles' first drive of the game. And I apologize about the movement. I'm trying to get the perfect angle for you guys where it's zoomed in just enough. Seminoles lining up in a strong I formation as they pitch it. They try for the reverse. They somehow get the pitch away. As a reverse happens and then just gets clocked by Princeton, the starting quarterback that also plays safety. A good pop there. Princeton is down for a second on one knee. Somehow, I wish we had instant replay, somehow they got that reverse off as the quarterback pitched it to the running back that was going to the right side, and the receiver that was already on the right side came back for a reverse. But as he handed it to the receiver to run back towards the left, the running back got hit in the backfield by a Raider defender as there's a flag on the field. And I think it's an illegal substitution. Illegal substitution on the offense. Now, a lot of times that can be 12 men on the field. That could be a handful of things. So I don't know what happened. But on that reverse, as the running back was nearly getting, his knees were nearly on the ground, and he just kind of handed the ball up to the receiver coming back for a reverse. So it turns into a 2-yard gain, but then the 5-yard illegal substitution penalty makes it a 1st and about 13. My apologies, it is 2nd down as they change the marker to a 2. Seminoles coming out in a slot formation with the quarterback in shotgun as a snap nearly goes over his head. He throws the ball, bounces off a Raiders helmet. That was Daniel Gomez for the Raiders. As I work on my camera work here, my goodness. It's just kind of tough, you know, like it's so bright out here that what you see on my screen is like, I just see myself like it's a mirror because it's so bright out here, but I can barely see the players. So, but that's what you guys see, and I want to make sure you get it right. So I'm constantly looking up and at the screen, but we'll see how this goes. Now it's 3rd and 13 after the incomplete pass. Quarterback under center. A pitch out to the left. Looks like maybe a halfback pass, but the defense is back there as they just swarm him. The tackle that time being Elijah Hoban, number 35. Good tackle there in the backfield. That brings up 4th and about 20. Fourth down. You never know when they're going for it or not, because sometimes they line up in shotgun and you're like, oh, shotgun, and then they punt it and you're like, oh, it's a punt. But it looks like they're in the same formation as last time, which is the quarterback in a semi-shotgun position. They call that the slot formation with a running back behind him. Snap a little high and then just gets lit up in the backfield by Elijah Hoban again. So back-to-back tackle for losses for number 35, Elijah Hoban. I don't know if I should come out and say how I know Elijah, because I don't want to show any bias or anything, but that is my son. So everything inside of me is controlling my excitement right now for those back-to-back tackles as I try to make eye contact with him so I can give him a... But I'll remain professional. Oh, he just looked at me. My man. All right. Sorry, proud dad moment. As the Raiders take over on offense, and they only have 23 yards to go. It'll be 1st and 10 Raiders here. Raiders and Seminoles both in a huddle. And if you've never been to Arizona, this is how it is, okay? Just to give you some perspective of, can you really fry an egg on the sidewalk? I don't know, I've never tried. Maybe on like black pavement you could, because it'd be a lot hotter, but I don't know. But here's what's real, and it's happened to me twice already today, is I have a cooler full of ice cold energy drinks and water, because I'm here for about 12 hours today. And I literally took my Monster out of the cooler about 25 minutes ago, and it was like freezing cold. It was the greatest tasting thing. And that was 20 to 25 minutes ago, and I just went to take a drink, and it's hot. It's like, what? So, whatever, man, you know? Hot energy drinks better than no energy drink. And I have more in there, but I don't want to have a bunch of half-open energy drinks. All right, 1st and 10 Raiders here. Shotgun formation. We have Dino in the game as fullback. I believe that's Daniel Gomez back there as a running back. A high snap. Princeton has to improvise a little bit here, as this kid just turns nothing into something as he goes down the sideline, moves after moves, and I'm not doing great camera work. This kid's going to score. Unbelievable. That play should have been a 5-yard loss. Maybe I should zoom out a little bit. Jeez. It's going to get better, folks. Hang in there. But a high snap nearly went over his head. It looked like he was going to hand it off to Daniel Gomez because they had the fullback Dino in. But the snap was so high, and Princeton had to turn around to kind of catch it, and then he turned what should have been a 5 to 7 yard loss into a 22-yard scamper for a touchdown. I'm telling you, that kid is on another level. And I just found out the other day, I think it was yesterday, when I was getting to know the team and doing interviews and stuff, that he played up last year. So as a 10-year-old, and we're back. Let me get everything set back up again. So if you're wondering what happened, and I'll continue to tell this as people get back into our stream here as I try to zoom in, is my equipment is overheating because of the temperature. So it shut down the live stream. So my apologies, but we're back. The only thing you missed was the two-point conversion. We had a failed two-point conversion because of a penalty, and then the kickoff. That's it. So first play, as the running back makes a great run up the field all the way down, as Tristan tackles, number 39 for the Seminoles. I have family members calling me trying to figure out where I'm sitting so they can come sit with me, but I'm live streaming, so I cannot answer. Maybe they'll watch this and be like, oh shoot, sorry. But a little bit of a trick play there. I don't know if you could see it. I'm going to try to really nail down the filming here because it's kind of all over the place. But if you are coming back with us, my equipment is overheating out here. So it shut down the live stream, so I had to cool it off by taking one of my ice cold monsters and just putting it on top of my camera to cool it down. So I hope that doesn't happen again. But we are back. As quarterback under center, drops back, hands the ball on a little bit of a draw play to number 15, and an excellent tackle by number 29. As I pull up my roster on my iPad, number 29, Fabian Cueto. Tackle in the backfield. This Raider defense is so far absolutely dominating, so that pulls out a 4th and 12 as the Seminoles take a timeout. Now I'm going to keep repeating this because I keep seeing people jump back in here. We got kicked out because my equipment is overheating, which I don't understand 100% because I'm under the canopy, so I have no direct sunlight hitting it, but it's just hot. Literally, it said over your temperature, or your device is over the temperature limit or whatever. I don't even know what it said. I was so pissed that I just took my ice cold monster. You want a little ASMR? Ooh. I'm not even a monster guy, but they were 2 for $4 at the gas station, so I got them. Not only is my equipment overheating, I am overheating. And again, one last time, I apologize, I keep repeating myself, but the reason we got kicked out of the live stream is my equipment is overheating. So it kicked me out, and I had to take an ice cold monster and set it on top to cool it down, and then I jumped back in here. 4th and 12 for the Seminoles here. Quarterback under center, whistle blown. Quarterback forgot to put his mouthpiece in. Referee did him a courtesy and said, hey, mouthpiece. Fourth and 12, quarterback under center. He drops back. Little shovel pass to the right, I guess. Not even a shovel pass, more like a swing pass to the running back number 1. Falls incomplete, which will be turnover on downs. So right now, I believe, and we don't have a scoreboard with the time and stuff on it, but I believe it's 13-0 Raiders, and I think we're still in the first quarter. Both touchdowns by Princeton, number 1, the starting quarterback. Princeton Reed. And both running plays by him were fun to watch, as that kid is fun to watch. So it looks like a timeout here on the Raiders as, it is the end of the first quarter, so they're going to go down to the other side, and I'll do my best as we've got some canopy issues here. As you can see, some canopies are kind of in the way a little bit, and you see that's my pole right here. Right there. That's my pole. But if I go to the left side, that other canopy will definitely be in the way. If I go to the right side, I'll be in the sun, and my phone will blow up. So this is what we got. Just don't overheat. And I don't even know how to avoid that. It's like, how do you avoid your stuff overheating when you're in the shade? It's just hot, dude. I want it to be November. So end of the first quarter, 13-0 Raiders ahead. As the Seminoles just turn the ball over on downs. And the Raiders take over. It looks like about on the roughly the 20-yard line, on the Seminoles 20-yard line. So they have 20 yards to the end zone. And last time I told that I'll tell this brief statement. But if you were in the chat earlier, we got kicked out of the chat because my equipment is overheating in this amazingly hot state of Arizona. So I cooled it down with an ice cold Monster that I am now drinking. And we're back. 13-0 Raiders, start of the second quarter. And it's weird doing commentating not in a booth, because I don't know how loud I can be. I'm normally a lot more vocal than this, but I don't want to like disturb people around me, you know what I mean? 1st and 10 Raiders. Quarterback Princeton Reed in the shotgun takes the snap, throw over the head of the intended target. I'm trying to see his number. And again, once we get to this side of the field where they're at right now, the angle of the camera, because there's no booth here and the only electricity supply that we have in this whole place is this back right corner. So I had to set up here, but the angles when they get down to that side of the field is kind of tough. Shotgun, throwing play, same play, completed, and I'm just going to radio announce what's going on now. Completed to, I believe it was number 10, Asaya Nunez. Same exact play that was slightly thrown over his head the first time. They just ran the same play again and had success. Now, I don't know how many yards they scored, or they gained, because I can't see the markers, but I believe it was a first down, so at least 10. And yes, that was Asaya Nunez with the catch there. Looks like maybe a 10, 11 yard gain. So Princeton Reed in the backfield in shotgun formation with Daniel Gomez. You have Brian Ortiz as a wideout on the right side. Receiver in motion. I can't see what number that is. Princeton goes deep to Brian Ortiz for the long touchdown. What a throw. Now, I could be wrong on this, and I don't even know if you guys saw that because of these canopies that we got going on, but a great throw. Brian Ortiz was lined up almost like a slot receiver, and then there was another receiver further out towards the sideline to the right. And Brian Ortiz just ran a go route, and Princeton Reed lofted one up there for the touchdown. So if my math is correct, it's 19-0 Raiders as they go for the conversion here. And in case you weren't in here the first time, this angle is awful. I'm so sorry. And I don't want to move it into the sun because then my phone will blow up, man. But you can kind of see, and then I'll try to do my best to do play-by-play. So this is for the 1-point conversion. Princeton gets the snap and hands it off to a jet sweep to Brian Ortiz for the conversion. So it's 20-0 Raiders. A couple minutes into the second quarter, and we don't have a scoreboard here showing the time or the score. So we're doing our best just to kind of guess. You can sometimes hear the referee say how much time's left. The crew for the 10U game, the referee crew was loud, so I could hear a lot of 7 minutes left or whatever, but that's not always the case. So we'll do our best to kind of guess how much time's left. And it is 20-0 Raiders, and it is the second quarter. We know that much. So far, Princeton Reed, 2 running scores and a touchdown pass to Brian Ortiz. Raider defense looking solid. Offensive line for the Raiders giving Princeton plenty of time to throw. This is what the Raiders organization needed after losing the first 3 games of the day, the 8U, 9U, and 10U, all losing to the Seminoles. The games were competitive, though. It's not like any of them were blowouts, but Raiders looking strong right now, and I'm trying to feel my device to see how hot it is, my camera. It's pretty hot, but we're still here, so who knows. I don't know how to cool this bad boy down. So they're lined up to kick here. Raiders are kicking to the Seminoles. Last time he kicked it past the return man. As you see the return man for the Seminoles, number 15, his coach says move back. Moves back about 5 or 6 steps. And here's the kick. Decent kick. Return man gets it. And he's tackled by Princeton Reed. About a 7-yard return. And the Seminoles will take over the ball on their own. It's about right on the 50, I think. As the Seminoles, if they want to stay in this game, they have to put a good drive together here. But with the defense of the Raiders, it's not looking like that might happen, but who knows? Defense of the Raiders is ready. We have number 32, cornerback, into the game on the side closest to us, number 32, Nicholas Valencia. As the handoff goes to the running back, and looks like, who is that made that tackle? 88 maybe? Looked like 88. It's my boy Dino. And number 35, Elijah Hoban, both made the tackle. Elijah Hoban being subbed out for number 24, Serenity Romero. And it's 2nd and 10. As my family is coming and saying hi to me, as the running back gets the handoff on the far side and slips and falls. He might have gotten a yard, but that's about it. And my younger son, Noah, he's 9. Him and his cousin, Heather, came over and said hi to me right now, and they're all being nice and quiet. I'm like, hey, you guys can come in and help me do this if you want. Geez, my camera is hot. So if we get kicked out again, just know we will come back, but we're doing what we can. Maybe I can put my monster up against the screen. This is crazy. So 3rd and about 12. Quarterback under center. Gets the snap, drops the ball, somehow escapes out of there, and he's running for his life as the Raider defense comes crashing in. Great camera work, Danny. But Liam Edwards gets him in the backfield. Serenity Romero was back there too. But tackle goes to Liam Edwards. It's a loss of a lot, probably about 10. It looks like the quarterback dropped the ball from the center to the quarterback, whatever it's called. He dropped the ball and then picked it up and immediately kind of ran backwards away from the Raider defenders. The Raider defensive linemen, you see Cash in there, you see Dino, they're getting in right away. So unless the guys up front for the Seminoles give them any time, it's going to be a long day for them, as they pitch the ball out to number 15 for the Seminoles, and he just gets laid out by Tristan Guido, number 27. I really hope I'm saying that right. I am not Italian, so I don't think I'm allowed to say that. But that is his last name. At least that's how it looks. Timeout Raiders, I believe, as 4th and long. Or was that 4th down? I can't see the markers because of all the canopies. It was definitely either 3rd or 4th, but I don't know. I really hope my equipment doesn't overheat. Good thing is halftime's coming up and I'm going to freaking throw this whole camera in a bucket of ice. Although it's not waterproof, so then we'd really be hurting. 20-0 Raiders here in the 2nd quarter. Again, we don't have a clock, but I'm guessing there's probably about 2 or 3 minutes left, maybe 2 minutes, as the Raiders are in a huddle along with the Seminoles. Separate huddles, of course. Yeah, offense, I believe, is coming to the field for the Raiders. Yes. Offense is out on the field. Number 17, Antonio Mills, I'm going to say, because he's got a hyphenated last name, but I don't know if it's Rochelle or Rachel or... No, it's not Rachel, but... Anyway, Princeton Reed in the backfield in shotgun formation with Antonio Mills. I know his dad, too. I should ask him how to say their last name. There's the snap, shotgun formation, throw out to Antonio, but it was kind of thrown in the dirt and incomplete. There is a slight breeze out here today, which is nice. But with these canopies, they turn into parachutes if there's too much of a breeze. So we're playing with fire right now as Princeton Reed is in shotgun formation. Swing pass to the left to Antonio Mills, and he drops it. Good pass, but... And Antonio Mills, I believe, is the backup quarterback as well, as Princeton Reed goes and dabs him up and says, "You'll get him next time, bud." But Antonio Mills shows a lot of skills that Princeton Reed shows too. Good running ability, good arm. He can catch the ball, he can play receiver, he can play running back. He's got some skills. As Coach Hector, the head coach of the 11U, slaps him on the helmet and says, "No big deal, man, get him next time." Princeton Reed in shotgun formation with Tristan Guido in the backfield with him. Snap the design quarterback draw to Princeton Reed as he cuts in and out of the defense. Another cut. You can't even see it, but he dodged about 4 or 5 different tacklers, and it's got to be a first down as there's a Seminole down, injured, as he's holding his helmet. I hope it's nothing with his head as the coaches come running out. We'll go to a commercial break. Nah, I'm just kidding. There's no commercials. He's still down. Oh my canopy's about to fly away. You should see my setup. I wish I could turn the camera around. I literally have 3 different bags for all my equipment. I have my iPad right here that has all of the rosters on it. 2 Monsters, a half-drink Gatorade, an extension cord with a power strip with about 4 different things plugged into it. You know, some of these stadiums have actual like press boxes that we could set up in, and then we'd have like a desk and everything to put our stuff on. But this works, you know, this works fine too, as long as the equipment doesn't overheat. As the player is still down on the field, I hope it's nothing serious. As the Raiders coaching staff brings out some water to the other coaches of the Seminoles. Good sportsmanship shown there. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we were supposed to go live on YouTube today. We started a channel on Tuesday, and as I was doing a lot of like trial and error throughout the week to make sure we were ready for today, we tried to go live as the player for the Seminoles is up and walking off the field. He looks all right. He just might have got his bell rung a little bit, but we tried to go live earlier in the week just to make sure it works, and it's like, oh, you have to have, you know, 50 subscribers. So now we're up over 80 subscribers on YouTube since we just started the channel. And when I tried to go live this morning around 6 a.m. just to make sure that it worked, it said, oh, you're almost there. You have to have 50 subscribers. And I'm like, we have over 80. So I don't know what the issue is. And of course, calling YouTube and trying to get a hold of them is a whole nother thing because there's, you know, such a big company. So I thought, let's just do Facebook. So, but if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, we have, you know, player coach interviews, one-on-one stuff. We've got the cheer squad on there. I got to meet all the cheerleading head coaches and how dedicated and amazing those people are, and how hard they work, and how hard the girls work, and how hard the players work. We have a lot of stuff on there, so go check out the YouTube channel as a whistle is blown as Princeton Reed hands the ball to Tristan. Guido as it's a false start on the offense. We don't know where. The offense looks confused, like who? But they'll move him back 5 yards. And let me see if I can see the marker. According to the chain guys, it's second and about 14. Handoff to Tristan Guido as he tries to move in and out, showing that agility, but maybe gets 2 or 3 yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and about 9, according to the chain gang. Look at that pole right in the middle of the screen. Isn't that nice? Let me see if I can move this back a little bit. We do have some clouds coming in, so it's not as much sun as earlier. Sorry for all the shakiness, but I'm trying to move so you guys don't have that pole in your way. Now, come the third quarter, the Raiders will be coming down to this side of the field, and the angles will be a lot better. And I'll give you the name of that YouTube channel right now once this play concludes. In case you haven't subscribed, so you can get on there and watch the interviews and watch. I put some highlight videos together and all kinds of stuff. Shotgun formation, receiver in motion. Handoff to Daniel Gomez as he jukes in and out, makes another move. Canopy's in the way and gets, I think, the first down. Now, Daniel Gomez is a whole nother story. This kid, they put him in the first game of the year last week, and he ran for like a 50-yard touchdown. And then I found out later from my son, who's on the team, that he's only 10. And he plays up to an older division as Tristan takes a shotgun snap and takes it right up the middle and then somehow bounces it to the outside for his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. 4th total touchdown for Princeton Reed. I think I keep calling him Tristan, but that's Princeton Reed for his 4th total touchdown of the game. And we're in the first half. As the score is now 26-0. As the sun is starting to creep in. As I'm trying to give a better angle, but my camera's going to be in the sun here soon, so we might just have to deal with this pole. Because it's either the pole or overheat. And then nobody sees it. Look at that little window we got. We can see as the Raiders try to go for the conversion here. Oh, they might be trying to kick the field goal. Let's go. So just so you know, if you kick a field goal at this level, it's worth 2 points. If you do a run or a pass on a conversion after a touchdown, it's worth 1. So it looks like they're going to try to go for the field goal here, which would be worth 2. That'd be sweet. If you can kick field goals at this age. And it's Antonio Perez Jr. The kick is up, and oh my gosh. And it's good, baby. Let's go. Let's go. That is awesome, man. What a kick. So that'll make the score 28-0. Man, if you can do that, if you can kick extra points all year long, it's the same guy that does the kickoffs, Antonio Perez Jr. I mean, that's a game changer. That really is a game changer in football. If you can get an extra 1 point every time you do a conversion, that's huge. And he made that field goal pretty easily. That was awesome. So now the Raiders will kick off to the Seminoles. We got to be approaching halftime. So the Raiders will kick off here. Let me zoom out a little bit. But anyway, I was talking about Daniel Gomez, how he's younger than everybody else. He's 10 years old, should be playing in 10U, but he's playing up. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's got moves. He slithers in and out of defenders, and it's not the first time I've seen him do that. Kickoff team getting situated here. They have 3 guys on the right and 6 on the left, so they need to have 4 and 5, or maybe it's 5 and 5. I don't know what the rule is. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on one side, and then they have 4 on the other. Plus the kicker, that makes 11. Antonio Perez Jr. getting ready to kick as he boots it downfield towards the sideline. Seminoles player picks it up and gets maybe a yard. as he is tackled by, I think that's Serenity Romero. I can't see 100%. I don't know who that is. So defense back on the field for the Raiders. I mean, I know so far if we're doing player of the first half, you'd probably give it to Princeton Reed, 4 total touchdowns. But Antonio Perez Jr. and his good kickoffs and kicking the extra point is impressive as well. Or you could give it to the defense. Or you could give it to the offensive lineman. Or you could give it to Brian Ortiz. Quarterback under center, pitches it, gets hit immediately by, God, I think that's number 20, dude. I don't know who, I think it is Christian Gomez. 21, sorry, 21. Daniel Gonzalez with the tackle in the backfield. I think that's the same kid that had the tackle on the kickoff. And that's halftime. So we'll be back. I'm going to let all my equipment cool down, and we'll see you guys in about, I'm guessing, about 10 minutes. And we're back. Putting my microphone back on my shirt. So it's either 28 or 29. One of the dads said it might be 29-0. First and 10 Seminoles as the Raider defense gets lined up. You see Brian Ortiz out there, Daniel Gomez, Elijah Hoban, Tristan Guido. We've got Princeton Reed. Cash is out there. I'm trying to name all these dudes. There's the Seminoles. Flag down, but the play continues as tackle by number 45, I believe. No penalty on the play. Who was that tackle? He's got a white sleeve. 29 maybe? Fabian Cueto? Remember Johnny Cueto, the pitcher of the major leagues? Every time I see Fabian's name, I gotta think of that. Fabian Cueto. Second and maybe 9 for the Seminoles. Snap. As there is a handoff in the backfield. Tackled immediately by number 21, Daniel Gonzalez. A couple substitutions. We got number 2 coming in the game. Henry Makepeace. Henry Carreno Makepeace. Cash coming out of the game. Elijah Hoban coming out of the game. Who else came in? Number 63, Adrian Mendez in the game. Third down, handoff to the running back, and Daniel Gomez and a gang of Raider tacklers get him in the background for who am I right now? For I believe, about a 7-yard loss. as Serenity Romero comes in the game along with Antonio Mills. And I went and asked his dad how to say the first part of his name, and it's Rochelle. And then his family laughed at me. No, I'm just kidding. And here we go. I believe I can't see the markers because of the canopies, but I think it's 4th down. Quarterback under center, drops back, pitch to the running back as he tries to make it outside. Good containment by the Raider defense. And number 4 with a good strong hit, Fernando Rodriguez. As number 3, Alejandro Ramos Ochoa checks in the game. Along with number 20, Christian Gomez. As a player for the Seminoles is down. Raiders taking a knee, and then the referee's telling them, why don't you guys go get some water? But you see the respect shown by each team when a player goes down. It's like nobody wants to see that. And he's up and kind of limping off. I believe that's number 17. I'm going to move this camera up just a little bit. So turnover on downs as the Raiders take over. 1st and 10 on the Seminoles 45-yard line. Shotgun formation. Princeton Reed throwing deep to number 81, Mateo Rodriguez. And Mateo Rodriguez was running kind of a go route, but more towards the corner. And Princeton threw it a little bit too inside. Had enough strength on the throw, but just a little bit inside. Slightly overthrown, possibly, just out of the reach of Mateo Rodriguez. 2nd down. Raiders come out in shotgun formation again. Make sure my microphone is still on. It is. Princeton drops back to pass. He nearly gets sacked and somehow, like Houdini, escapes it and then gets tackled by number 1 on the Seminoles. But again, Princeton turning something or nothing into something. As the snap, I've noticed a couple times in the shotgun, which primarily that's how they ran their offense this game. Some of them are a little high, a little lofty, but not bad. And again, I apologize. I don't know what down it is because I can't see the markers. I could just do a better job of keeping track. Brian Ortiz in motion. Princeton Reed hands off to the running back with a good gain. Oh, and I guess he fumbled. What? Or what happened? Oh, no, he was down. Let's see what happens. Daniel Gomez checking in the game. Adrian Mendez checking into the game. Checking out is Dino and number, can't see these numbers, man. I think it's Christian Gomez, number 20. He might have been the one that got the handoff right now, but it's tough to see. It's a good run regardless. And it's 1st and 10 as I peek over at the chains. 1st and 10. As Princeton shotgun formation, Daniel Gomez in the backfield with him. Number 10, Asaya Nunez out as receiver. Snap, good snap. He's going deep for Asaya Nunez, but it's a little bit underthrown. He's in double coverage anyway, and it's incomplete. 2nd and 10. Cash coming out of the game. Princeton Reed, quarterback shotgun formation, motion, one of the receivers to the right, and flag, dead ball foul. As one of the Raiders, number 21, Daniel Gonzalez, it was a clean, regular block, but hit the Seminole player pretty good, and he's not getting up. It's a couple different times now I've seen Daniel Gonzalez hit somebody pretty good. He's just a strong kid. Obviously, we don't want any of this, but looks like he's good. He's up. It's good to see. He's jogging off the field. He's all right. Boy, these bleachers are, nice, regular bleachers, but I have no feeling on my, I don't know how to say it, the thing you sit on. And every break, I try to get up and walk around, but then it's hot out there, like outside of my little canopy here. So after the false start, it is 2nd and 15. Princeton in shotgun formation. Again, Brian Ortiz to his left. Daniel Gomez in the backfield with him. Drops back to pass. Throws it deep. And it is nearly caught. I know you can't see because of the canopies, but nearly caught by Brian Ortiz. From where I'm standing, it was good coverage by the Seminoles, but good ball thrown by Princeton Reed and in and out of the hands of Brian Ortiz, which you don't see Brian Ortiz drop many passes. That's another massive playmaker that these Raiders have. As if you remember, Dante Hall, I think his name was, the punt returner for the Kansas City Chiefs, is who Ortiz reminds me of. Handoff to Daniel Gomez, the crafty Daniel Gomez as he cuts in and out of traffic. And again, canopies. Look, this is what you would see if I followed it. Look at that. Honestly, their canopy's better than mine. It's a nice one. It's a big white one. You could fit a whole family under there. Oh, shoot, too far. Look at that nice white canopy. But regardless, a nice play by Daniel Gomez. And I cannot see anything that's going on. I'm about to risk the safety of my equipment just so I can see. Here, I'm going to do it real quick. Oops. A+ camera work this afternoon. I should lie and say I have a camera guy so I can just be like, hey, I'll talk to him, guys, sorry, when it's me. Another attempt at a field goal. He's already hit one and had great kickoffs all day. Let's see him blast another one here. Again, when you kick a field goal after a touchdown, PAT, they call it in NFL or college. It's actually worth 2. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and that would have been good from 30. Remarkable. No joke, that would have been good from 30 yards. Boy, Raiders just straight up domination right now. I'm going to go back up to my little spot. So sorry for all the movement. But we're doing what we can, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to come right over here as the Raiders get ready to kick off to the Seminoles. So I'm guessing the score now is, it would have been 35 with the if it was 29, it would have been 35 with the touchdown. Now I apologize. I don't know what's happening here. We just scored a touchdown and kicked a field goal, but the Seminoles they just have the ball. There was no kickoff. I don't know what's going on. Pitch back to the running back and immediately drugged down. Great tackle by, who is that? I want to be able to call that kid out because that was a phenomenal tackle. Number 23, Cristiano Chavez de la Rosa with coming into the backfield like he was shot out of a cannon, and it's a loss of 5 yards, 2nd and 15. Seminoles have no answer for this Raider defense right now. They're just overmatched as the Seminoles are doing anything they can to try to get some sort of positive play, but the defense is just holding their own right now. Quarterback under center, drops back, handoff, and immediately tackled in the backfield. Well, I think Reyes Hernandez Jr., number 9, tackle for a loss in the backfield. Now that's going to be like a 3rd and 20. And that is the end of the 3rd quarter. So 4th quarter coming. And I'm excited about that because they're going to move from there to like here. And then we don't have to worry about anything else. You know what I'm saying? My little spot up here where I am underneath this canopy looks like a yard sale. There's 3 bags, extension cords, 2 monsters, my son's Dippin' Dots that is like soup now. Not the one playing. I would never let him have Dippin' Dots on game day, but my other son, Noah. 4th quarter about to start here. I think it's 36-0, 37-0. Again, we don't have a scoreboard or any way to keep track of the time, but it's 36 or 37-0 right now. As the Seminoles, I believe, I want to say it's like 3rd and 20, I think. I'm looking at the markers. Yeah, 3rd and 20. You know, and the coaches offered me to go on the actual field and do the broadcast from there, but then you're like level with the players and you can't really see what's going on. Like, It's better to kind of be higher up so you can see every player, you can see what plays they're running. When you're down on the field, it's kind of tough to see what's going on. So 3rd and 20. As the Seminoles quarterback under center, looks like a false start there on number 11 for the Seminoles. As the offense and defensive line each point at each other. But unless the rules are different here, yeah, they're marking it back 5 yards. If the offensive player jolts at all, it's false start. If the defensive line jumps and hits one of the offensive players before the ball is actually snapped, it's encroachment. If they jump the snap too early and then the ball is snapped, it's considered offsides. But anytime a player jolts, I think it's primarily on the offense, but rules might be a little bit different, I'm not sure. Quarterback under center takes the snap, pitch out to the running back. He tries to reverse his field, and he is immediately tackled in the backfield again, which I think that's 2 plays in a row by number 9, Reyes Hernandez Jr. So back-to-back tackles for loss by number 9 as he comes out of the game now to get a little breather. Coaches are mauling him as he comes off the field. Well-deserved. Now it's 4th and about 30. As Nick Valencia checks into the game. Handoff to the running back for the Seminoles. Good strong run. That time tackled by Elijah Hoban, number 35. A decent run, a 2-yard run, I think, for the Seminoles. Not the biggest guy in the world, and he ran with a lot of power, a lot of strength for a little guy. I mean, regardless, it's turnover on downs. Raiders will take over on offense. First and 10 Raiders from the Seminoles 26-yard line, 25-yard line. After this game will be the 12U game, which we will be streaming that live as well, and then the 14U. I got to meet a bunch of them, and there's a lot of talented dudes on those teams as well. Princeton Reed in the shotgun formation, running back Tristan Guido in the backfield as Princeton jukes, makes his way down the field, stiff arm, nobody can hang with this kid, touchdown. Great run there, again, his 5th touchdown of the game. Fifth or 6th, I'm not sure. 5th, I think. As they will come out, and I think they're going to try to kick the field goal again. They are. Have a great angle of it here. As number 7, Antonio Perez Jr. goes out for what will be his 3rd field goal attempt of the day. So far, he's 2 for 2. As Reyes Hernandez Jr. checks in late to the play here. The referee is saying something. So that'll make it 42-ish. 42-0. Again, if you kick the field goal after a touchdown, it's worth 2. The kick is up. And he says no good. I couldn't see where he missed it at. It had plenty of leg. Probably went wide left. But the fact that the kid's 2 for 3 at 11 years old is amazing. So I believe the score is 42-0. We are in the 4th quarter. And the Raiders just dominating this game right now. As they will kick off to the Seminoles here. There's probably 4 minutes left, I'm guessing, in the 4th quarter. Again, the 12U game starting about 20 minutes after this one. I think their game's supposed to start at 4? Or maybe it's 3:30. But it is right after this one. There's normally about 20 minutes in between games, so if you want to tune in and watch some of those guys, we'll be live again. And again, that YouTube channel is Tucson Raiders Media on YouTube. So if you just go to the search bar and type in @Tucson Raiders Media, you can find it. As there's a pitch to the running back, and he tries to make his way to the back, and there's Raiders everywhere. This kid's running for his life. Antonio Mills chasing him. There's a flag on the field. He reverses field, and now he's running down the sidelines. And Princeton Reed finally tackles him after what looks like about a 20-yard gain. There is a flag down. Normally when you see it in the backfield, that's a hold. Let's see the referee's call. Holding. Oh no, personal foul, face mask on the defense. So face mask call, which will make them go 15 yards further. And all of a sudden, the Seminoles are threatening to score. After a nice run, reverse field when he was basically going up against the entire team by himself. Reversed his field all the way around, and if it wasn't for Princeton Reed tackling him, it would have been a touchdown. Then you tack on the 15-yard penalty on the end of that. Quarterback for the Seminoles under center. I formation, drops back, little shovel pass or whatever that was. That is considered a fumble because it was a backwards pass. Even though he shoved it like he's passing like a basketball almost. But it was not the greatest pitch, and then the running back kind of bobbled it and dropped it. And some of the players kind of stood like, is that a fumble or an incomplete pass? But it was backwards, so it's a fumble. But Seminoles get the ball back. It'll be 2nd and 10. Looks like they're about on the 30-yard line, maybe. Center drops back and is met immediately in the backfield. He literally has a 2.5 seconds to try to get that ball out because defensive line for the Tucson Raiders is absolutely dominating the offensive line of the Seminoles. I couldn't see who made that tackle. I believe it's 3rd and about 14. Pitch to the running back. Same kid that reversed his field last time, making a decent run this time, but he's tackled in the backfield by, I need to see who this is, number 10. I believe that's Asaya Nunez with a tackle for loss there. If it wasn't for Asaya right there, that might have been 6. So a good tackle there that makes it 4th and I don't know, like 20. Quarterback under center, drops back. Little shovel pass over to the same kid, number 15, as he reverses his field. This kid's got some skills as he basically takes on the whole Raider defense, it looks like, by himself. And again, it's Asaya Nunez with the tackle. And I believe that might be the game, as the Tucson Raiders shut out the Tucson Seminoles 42-0. Princeton Reed, 5 total touchdowns. Brian Ortiz with a touchdown catch. Great defense. Antonio Perez Jr. kicking a couple field goals. Overall, a phenomenal win for the Raiders, who really needed one after losing the 8U, 9U, and 10U game. And the 11U team to come out and dominate is needed right now, so that was great. Coming up next, the 12U Tucson Raiders versus the 12U Tucson Seminoles. And here in about 20 to 30 minutes, we'll be back.